1 o'clock in the morning. I haven't been able to sleep because I knew for about the last hour this thing was coming. It actually like spun up here in Michigan, and it's moving. They said 60 mile an hour, so it got here pretty quickly. And they said like the Youngstown area was having 80 mile an hour winds and 3/4 inch hail. So I'm kind of like in this area here. So it's just getting here, which is pretty crazy for 2 nights in a row. Yeah, you can't tell that's coming down. So it's currently Friday morning, and yeah. Alright guys, so down here at the storage facility, for one, I wanted to check it out after that last couple of days of storms. Looks like we're unscathed. We did get a little bit of washout near one of the downspouts in the gravel, but other than that, we're gonna be working on the dump truck to get it set up for lease season. So at one of my units here, yeah, so we gotta get that. It's so crazy, like we don't always use the same units, obviously for security reasons, but like this has been sitting here for 10 months, like 9 months, something like that. We use it for 3 months out of the year, and gets put into yeah, storage, I guess you could say. So I'm gonna move some stuff up here, and I threw the killer in there because I was anticipating I was gonna have to spray some stuff, but didn't have to. Yeah, let's just get to it. My rake. Can't have nothing nice. Ugh. Found the cobwebs. Ugh. Oh, that was gross. Alright. So typically I like to have a little help, because these aluminum panels are not light. But we'll get them done. Dusty. So we're going to be heading to Tim's to see what he thinks he can do here for us. All right, heavy parts out of the way. These ones aren't bad at all. So these are the roof bows, which these give us a lot of volume added to the top of the box without adding a ton more cost. If I was gonna give any advice about building these, it would be to make these sides long as you possibly can on your sides so you use less material. The roof bows hold up really well, and as long as you use a good material like a net or something, good covering, tarp, it'll hold that material in very easily on the sides. Leaves do get extremely heavy though, guys. I cannot stress that to you enough. Do not underestimate how heavy they are. Overbuild. So we keep everything here but the billy goat. We store that at Schlabod's. We rent a space. And they have a tow motor there to help us load it. Trying not to get busted in the face here. Don't underestimate that hose either. That thing is heavy. To bring a broom, sweep this unit out before we list it. All right, everything loaded up. Now I just gotta clean it. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing on this beautiful Friday morning? And I say that with a laugh because my goodness, has it been an adventurous last 2 days. So I guess first things first, all of you are gonna be wanting to meet the new employee. So I'll go ahead and address that really quickly. So I'll plug a text here from Thursday night. Simply, like I shared with you guys, the gentleman that we hired, he's a firefighter. And we got hit by some massive storms. And Thursday night, he got called into work and ended up working most of that night. So he messaged me late that morning and just said that, you know, he wasn't gonna be able to make it. And then we kind of went from there, which I'm totally understandable, you know, totally understanding. He explained all this when I interviewed him, and, you know, we are looking to hire part-time, so it kind of just was a good deal for both of us. Now, we got more storms last night again, but let's rewind to yesterday afternoon. Our last conversation, I said, are you good for Friday? This was long before we knew more storms were coming last night. And he said, yes, you know, see you tomorrow. And yeah, long story short, I got another text right about the same time as the night before stating today was not gonna work either. So I got on the phone with them and we kind of talked things through. But we came to the agreement that, you know, right now it would not be beneficial for both of us to work together, and so he's not going to be coming to work for Spencer Lawn Care. Now, he did ask if next spring if we would be interested in re-interviewing him to see if he could come aboard, because he really wants to do this, you know, part-time. And I told him absolutely. You know, I have no ill will towards him. I understand he has a career. We talked about this the other day in detail. You know, he's a good guy. I mean, a really good guy. He's got a family, he's got a good job, and, you know, he likes working outside, but also, you know, he can't afford to leave his career to do what he really wants to do, which is lawn care, believe it or not. He wants to be outside. So yeah, he's not going to be coming to work for us, and I know he watches the channel. He's a really good subscriber of ours, and I want to make it very clear, no ill will whatsoever. We wish you nothing but the best, and we totally understand, and we think no less of you for, you know, choosing your main career over this part-time. So unfortunately it's over before it started, and yeah, I guess that is what it is. So we're going to be re-looking to hire. I did have a video for yesterday as well. It ended up not working out to get it uploaded and everything. Power's been in and out here and there, but right now, currently on the way to take the dump truck to the shop. Tim, if you guys remember, Tim built our last dump truck, or dump trailer leaf box setup. Well, he's finishing up another one, and he told me to bring this one out, and he'll at least take a look at it to see if we can modify our walls from the dump trailer to go onto the dump truck, and what else we'll need to add or take away to make that work. He's got some really good ideas. Tim's probably one of the best fabricators I've ever met. Very smart guy, and this is what he does. He's a heck of an aluminum welder as well. So that's where we're going. We're going about 30 minutes west, and we're just rained completely out, guys. We are going to work Saturday this week and possibly Sunday, just because that's what we have to do. All right, just made it here to Tim's place. He's always got fun stuff he's building. Looks like a nice rack. Anyways, I'm gonna go in here, make sure he doesn't have any customers before we just go barging in there with a camera, if you know what I'm saying. And yeah, I'll be back here in 1 second.
Okay, that's only 6 foot.
So the front's really the kicker where it's angled.
Well, you can always make a piece to fit in, bolt to the other.
Okay. All right, guys, so I'll give you kind of a rundown. So we're gonna take these out, and the panels, the new panels, will actually come into here, sit flush straight up all the way down. So we'll take that one out, take this one out, and the panel will come down to here, bolt to this top so we have strength, come up and around, and then we'll go up from here. New custom back tailgate, which will swing away. This one will just come off till next year. And I guess the biggest kicker is the front here is angled in like that. So we're just gonna come straight up off the outside and then modify the panels. So what do you think? We'll just put like a gap filler here?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just, Tim will do his thing here, and no pressure, Tim, no pressure at all. So that's kind of a plain concept of what we're thinking. And yeah, it'll give us, now out back here, we're gonna probably put the blower, the billy goat here, and then it'll swing away. We're probably gonna have to do a custom just so it gets all the way around and out of the way. And yeah, we'll be able to dump all the way up. That back panel will swing out and should be pretty fast and pretty efficient. Same thing on this side. Tim was mentioning, because we are going to use our panels from the dump trailer, we're going to split one panel, use a piece here, split the other one, and use a piece here so that we're not creating too much waste from what we had before. Did I miss anything, Tim?
Not yet.
Not yet. All right, so seems simple enough. What do you think? A pick up about 5 should be good to go.
Sure. I'd have had it done by this morning if it had been here yesterday.
Yeah, that, you know, Tim, no pressure or anything. You got about the same sense of humor as my dad, so as long as you get it and don't take me serious, you know. All right, so just leaving Tim's here. Got a lot of measurements, stuff like that, and yeah, it's going to be a little bit of work, not as intensive as the dump trailer, really just modifying. Let me get my seatbelt on. Bumpy road here pulling out. So the front panel is probably going to be the most treacherous part, I guess you could say, most part that has to be modified just because it angles. So he'll figure all that out, and we'll go from there. And then the back panel, he did look at my mounting where we're gonna mount the blower, because that 38 billy goat, it's heavy. I don't know what the exact weight is with everything that's there, but it's heavy. So we're gonna do a swing away mounting system. I have a few options that are available. The gentleman that I actually bought the truck from, he mentioned something. So I'm gonna reach out to him and see what he had. And then if that doesn't work, or if we need something different, we'll just modify or build something with him. But what he did suggest is weight-wise, because my hitch mount there has four heavy-duty bolts, I believe it was, in it, about adding more to that, just so putting all that weight on that hitch point, you know, we're being safe as possible, because it is a lot of weight back there. I'd say 500 pound at least, you know, for that billy goat. All right, so, oops, talking to the neighbor for a minute. I offered, he had a big tree come down back there, limb, I should say. Offered to cut it up for him. He said, don't worry about it, have his kids handle it for firewood. But it's starting to pour down rain. I wanted to get the pressure washer out and get the, get my key here. Get the panels cleaned up for Tim, because I don't want to take him my mess. But I don't know how long it's going to rain, so we'll see. Stopped raining. TQ actually came up and picked apples. He has a gorgeous apple orchard here, and pears and everything. He's always like, help yourselves. We try to trade him eggs for him, but he refuses. So yeah, this is the big limb I tried to offer to cut up for him. It almost took out one of his trees. Luckily it didn't, but it came from up in there, right there off of that one, which I believe is the guy up on the hill, Roger's tree. I know the property line's right in here somewhere, but anyways, I'm just glad it didn't come this way and hit my truck. So that would have been all kinds of bad. One thing I do want to say though, you guys remember I sprayed the weeds? This stuff stinks. Like, I've never experienced this with weed killer before. And that's the RM43 that I used here. But this whole area, I'm not kidding you, it stinks like rotting grass. I'll say it like that. You know how grass, when it breaks down up under your deck and stuff? That's what this smells like. It's awful. Like, I guess it's got to do something, right? So we were talking about the hitch point here where we're going to put the billy goat on and it'll come out and kick around. Well, simply, we have 2 bolts here. Tim suggested we go ahead and put more into it just for stability, which I agree with that. I don't know what these are rated at, but, you know, better to be safe than sorry, right? So anyways, I put a few options up. I'll put a few options, or at some point in this video, up on the screen that you'll see. Those come out. The debris loader kind of sits off to the side here, and then you can kick it, I believe, left or right. I believe to the right here. So it'll come out, swing around, and then it'll hang up under there and be out of the way. We can dump. There are some other options as well where we can leave this panel on. We'll just drop the tailgate, and then that top panel will swing open, so it'll almost be like a mouth opening up, you know what I'm saying, kind of like this, but from the other side. And then dumping. Another thing that I didn't mention that Tim talked about is he's actually going to install the mud flaps on the back here. So I believe we're going to use those 2 bolt holes right there and put the mud flap brackets on, and then the mud flaps will go back here. We don't want to go in front of the muffler, because then as the wind and stuff, or, you know, air is coming off the tires, it'll push back against the exhaust and it could burn through them, which it would. It gets really, really hot. So we're going to be taking care of those as well. I know a bunch of you have been asking about that. We have the mud flaps ordered. They just haven't came in yet. No time period either when they will come in. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I will say my neighbor over here as well, I know I showed a little bit of that storm. They lost a huge tree in their backyard, and then a neighbor down the road lost another huge tree. So yeah, there was definitely damage. Don't ask me how this happened, you know. I don't know, TQ must have been driving that day or something. Just kidding, just kidding. Totally backed the trailer into it like 3 or 4 times. So yeah, we're making progress a little bit at a time. And it stopped raining once again. Right now it's probably about 5 in the afternoon. I need to get my own grass mowed. It is absolutely crazy. I'm gonna try to get that done here before long. I know the backyard I probably won't be able to mow. There's just gonna be too much water sitting. Anyways, hope you enjoyed today's video. Enjoy your Friday night. We'll see you guys back here Sunday. No video Saturday. We'll see you back here Sunday. You are not going to want to miss this video. It is going to be possibly our biggest video of the year. As always, guys, keep mowing, keep growing, keep making money, boys. We'll talk to you later. TQ out. Peace. Bye-bye.